Because again, I'm going to ask, why is Blake Lively and her team not jumping up and down for joy? They should be feeling like they won. We should have heard from her lawyer, should have gone to CNN and talked to Jake Tapper by now. Blake Lively should be posting heaps of stories on her Instagram stories right now, but it's dry everywhere you look. Welcome to the recap of the foolery of the last 72 hours, or whatever you want to call it. The panic is spreading, and it's spreading fast. So be vigilant. Stay safe, stay in the house, bird box style. Lock the windows, lock the doors. Don't let anybody come in that you don't already know, right? Don't let new people infiltrate your house, your mind, your mental. Don't let new people give you new information that cannot be corroborated. Even me, if I'm new to you. So let's get started, shall we? Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another gloomy episode of F Around and Find Out. I apologize. I wish, I could be up here and be all, pep in my step, but I have to be realistic. It's been a little bit doom and gloom in the last couple of days, and there's not much, faking a person can do around this. So we're just going to start with the most obvious news. As much as we have this statement from Bryan Freedman or the waiver parties, I still find it very curious the way Blake Lively and her team are quiet. And I know they have a statement, but I don't really believe that's from them. It just sounds like regurgita from the original statement they gave when the dismissal first came out. I still have a little bit of good news to give you guys to, hold on to. Some hope down the line. I think so. I think it's good news anyway. What the hell? It's about Van Zandt and, everything that could come out of Van Zandt, but we'll talk about that later. So just keep that in mind. That's a good thing. And so we're just going to discuss this for now and kind of settle everybody, because I still feel like something is afoot, right? I still feel like something is brewing that doesn't make this so bad, because Bryan Freedman is way too quiet. I would have expected to hear more from him, right? This was kind of like a letdown, like kind of like a lazy statement almost, but I'm talking too much. Let's get into it. So unless you're literally waking up today and finding out the news, everybody knows by now, I wanted to give everybody a day, take a beat, because the information was just coming from left and right. Everybody had information and everybody had an opinion. The one thing I really want to clarify is people are using the word, what do you call it? Drop. Like Justin Baldoni has dropped his claims. Justin Baldoni is letting go of his claims. And that's not very accurate. If you look at the statement that was released, you're looking at other avenues to, make their point. So we're going to go through this. And if you're on the live with me, Donna, Zach, and Lauren, and Omar 2 days ago, we had, conversation around this. So this wouldn't be complete news to you. But if you didn't, I'm going to catch you up as to what could have possibly led them to not amend, and also the new reasons, concerning Van Zandt. That could be another reason why they forewent their option of amending this. Justin Baldoni not moving forward with amended claims against Blake Lively after judge dismisses his $400 million lawsuit. Baldoni's lawyers said that instead of revising claims against Lively, his team is pursuing additional legal options that are available to us. One of those additional options people have mentioned, including me, is an appeal. And we spoke about this on the live a couple of days ago, because as I understand it, and as it was explained to me at the very least, you cannot appeal once you amend. Think of appealing and amending as like your two options in a situation like this. You can appeal or you can amend. But once you amend, you cannot appeal, right? So it's like, well, do I appeal and not amend? Or do I amend and, win this little tiny battle? Or do I risk the tiny little battle that I could win and shoot for the stars? Is it shoot for the skies? I don't know which one it is. I think it's the stars, right? So if you're a civilian, if you're us, are you thinking, oh, did they not amend because they're going to appeal? The explanation other people were giving that was bothering me a lot was saying Bryan Freedman missed the deadline. No, this is not a high school or college project that you need to turn in on Blackboard or whatever at 11:59, and they just forgot to submit it. Like, they didn't forget. It's not like they forgot to cite their sources and they were rushing to put in the MLA format or something. I hate that explanation of they missed the deadline of 12 a.m. or 11:59 p.m. on the 23rd, and so they can't move forward. Again, we're not doing a college project here. This is a grown man who was a lawyer dealing with this case. He knew the amended complaint was due since the 9th. There are multiple explanations that I will accept. He missed the deadline is just one that's absolutely ludicrous. Because say he didn't know the deadline was the 23rd, he would have been plenty reminded. There's just no way he forgot it. Okay, so I'm not doing that he missed the deadline, he forgot the deadline thing that people are saying. Just that's not an option. In a surprising move, Justin Baldoni is not proceeding with refiling claims in his countersuit against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds amid their It Ends With Us legal feud. My only issue with this entire process of them not filing an amendment is Bryan Freedman so very sure when he sat with Megyn Kelly and I think TMZ or wherever else he did an interview and proclaimed and exclaimed and pretty much told us, yes, like it sounded like the amendment was done. But I was just thinking just now as I'm making this video, right now in this moment, because I was critical of him a couple of days ago. I was almost furious, like, why would you tell us you're amending it if you know you're not, right? When we were on with Omar and Lauren and everybody, we kind of give ourselves the explanation of, Bryan Freedman didn't look sure of himself. He didn't sound sure. And, this 47.1 is a beast and nobody really knows how to deal with it because this is the first time he's really being tested. But as I'm recording this video right now, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a lawyer, but if you're Bryan Freedman, or at least me, I would do this because I'm savage like that. But if I'm Bryan Freedman and I know that I plan to appeal or I have something bigger, and this could be just me, I'm being honest here, this could be just me making myself feel better, coming up with theories, I could be wrong. But again, I digress. But if you're Bryan Freedman and you have an ace, you have a card you haven't pulled yet, or you have a plan to appeal, you don't come out and tell Judge Lyman and Blake Lively and everybody else the day after the dismissal, yeah, I'm going to appeal. Fuck all this. You don't do that. You come out and you make sure you look defeated. And you make sure you make it clear that you're going to amend. Because think about it. He's not a kid. He's not a child in this game. He does this. This is his forte. So if you're Bryan Freedman and you're really good at your job, and you're who I think you are, and you're that guy, wouldn't it make sense to outwardly make everybody believe you're going to amend when you know that's not even on your list of priorities because you have other things to worry about? And then just to go, I'm processing this in real time, y'all, give me a minute. And then to not even come and tell us anything, because I know this statement says it's from the, Wayfair parties, but this statement sounds lazy. It gives nothing. This statement sounds like, get out of my face, take it and go, If I'm delusional, feel free. I'm giving you the gateway. Tell me, girl, you're delusional. I could also be right. I could be delusional, but I could be right. Wouldn't it behoove you, if you're Bryan Freedman, if you have an ace you haven't played, if you have a zinger, to play the defeated game? Because again, I'm going to ask, why is Blake Lively and her team not jumping up and down for joy? They should be feeling like they won. We should have heard from her lawyer, should have gone to CNN and talked to Jake Tapper by now. Blake Lively should be posting heaps of stories on her Instagram stories right now, but it's dry everywhere you look. Even the blogs are not doing their usual Team Lively stuff. So as I sit here and I record this, in this moment, I'm thinking, if you're Bryan Freedman and you have an ace, you have a big thing coming, you don't come out and tell us, especially with the way this judge has been handling stuff. You shut up, you let the deadline run out, and you move accordingly. Because even now, with this statement that was released, I would have expected to hear from him directly. I would have expected him, even if you have to go back to Megyn Kelly, even if you have to go to TMZ, whomever you have to go to, I would have expected more. And this is not to say like he owes us anything or he has to do this, but I'm saying if you look at the trajectory of things, if you look at the way things have played out, if you don't amend, you don't amend. But like you come out and you face us and you talk to us. But again, I've been saying it's eerily quiet. It's scary quiet, right? Like something is about to roll down quiet. Well, I went off on a tangent there. Let's move on. But what do you think if you made it this far and I didn't lose you somewhere 5 minutes ago? What do you think? The court's decision on the motion to dismiss has no effect whatsoever on the truth that there was no harassment nor any smear campaign, and it does not in any way affect our vigorous defense against Ms. Lively's claims, Freedman says in a statement shared with People. And you notice it's a statement shared with People. It doesn't say we spoke to Bryan Freedman or Bryan Freedman tells us. This is the same statement that Andy from Popcorn Planet received earlier in the day, 2 days ago now. So, is it 3 days ago or 2 days ago? It doesn't say Bryan Freedman talked to them directly. It's a statement that was shared, almost like this statement was ready to go, shared with the office, and just handed over. And even on the day this happened, none of these outlets picked up this statement till like close of the day. Like Andy from Popcorn Planet reported on this earlier in the day, like 9 a.m., but nobody else said anything till like 5 p.m. And I know because I was refreshing. I was like, is somebody else going to say this? So I don't know. Maybe I'm wishing for too much here and I'm reading too much into the tea leaves or the olive tree. But come on this journey with me, guys. Let's be Delulu together. I still think something is weird about the way the last 72 hours have gone. Discovery is proceeding, and we are confident that we will prevail against these factually baseless accusations, he continues. Instead of revising the existing claims, our clients will be pursuing additional legal options that are available to us. Bryan Freedman never said, instead of revising the existing claims, our client is dropping the claims and, focusing on the harassment claims. He says, instead of revising the claims, our clients will be pursuing additional legal options that are available to us. So this idea of he is dropping it, he is dismissing it, he is letting it go, getting I don't know what part of the English language that makes anybody think that's what this statement says. This says we are using other avenues, if you want to use another term, but it never says instead of revising, our clients are dropping it and focusing on the SH, So, if you're looking for signs of life, if you're looking for some hope to hold on to, I say hold on to the statement that says instead of revising the claims, the existing claims, our clients will be pursuing additional legal options that are available to us. They reference this interview he did with TMZ, and it says Baldoni is a person who wants to be vindicated, and that's all that he cares about, the attorney told TMZ. He knows who he is, he knows what he's done, he knows what he hasn't done. He continued of Baldoni, and he wants the truth to come out. He wants to do that in the appropriate way. He's waiting for his day in court where he can speak out to tell the truth. Freedman indicated at the time that Baldoni's team would proceed forward with the case, and we are going to show that there was no sexual harassment, and we are going to show that there was no smear campaign. It's really just that simple. It's unfortunate to be wrongfully accused here. In response to the news of Baldoni's side now moving forward with the amended claims, a rep for Lively tells People in a statement, the court dismissed the frivolous $400 million lawsuit in its entirety. They never did that. They gave them a way to amend. So that statement alone is not right. In the days that followed, Baldoni's lawyer said the judge's decision to dismiss their case was not a big deal, as they promised to amend and refile. As per usual, that was not true. The court's dismissal of Baldoni's sham lawsuit was a total victory after all. I doubt a grown man rep said that. That just sounds like regurgita from the original statement, right? It just sounds like somebody rearranged the words. and came up with that. I'm going to ask you guys, how do you feel about the revelation that I had while I sat here on live with you, while I sat here live recording this? Because it's very eerie how quiet everything is, especially Blake Lively. Because when the first dismissal came about, she had a whole Instagram story ready to go. So if you hear this news, what stops you from doubling down? What stops you from throwing a party and inviting all your influencer friends to come and drink Betty Booze and Betty Buzz? You should be jumping for joy. But it doesn't make very much sense to me how quiet she is. I am going to have a video later on explaining everything that's going on with Van Zandt, because this video was getting to be a little too long. But I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for sticking around while I sorted through that mess that happened in the middle of the video, because again, that's just my real time revelation that was coming to me. So I apologize if that was a bit rambly. I thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And later today, I will post the video about everything that's going on with Van Zandt. So make sure to check that out. And I'll see you on that video, right? Okay, go ahead. Thank you for being here. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about everything I said in this video. What made sense? What didn't make sense? What you'd like for me to explain? I'll try to get it on another video. And if anything else comes up, I will see you guys again. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.